What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This is a channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And today, y'all just got to get deep because, like the title said, welcome to the spiritual realm. You feel me? Because now everyone thinks they're spiritual now. So this is what we going on. So instead of everyone being religion like how it is, it's just gonna be a new time for everyone to switch to either being spiritual or some type of independency. Well, at the end of the day, this is just how it started. You get what I'm saying? It just we had the end pieces of it. But before even getting too deep on that, I need to break down this so people can understand what's the difference. Now you have you have two different spiritual groups. You have the conscious community and you have the subconscious community. The conscious community is where everything they see, they react to or feel like it was a message or some type of way that they should have informed about it due to they seeing something. So they always reacting and responding to everything that they see. Now you have the subconscious group, which is the real spiritual stuff, where they react off their intuition, or some would say, or their deep psychic abilities. You know, that voice in your head where they tell you not to do this or not to do that. And I ain't talking about your mind, because your mind would go along with the wants you want, but something you need to do to get out of a situation. You feel what I'm saying? So now when we breaking this down, it sounds simple, but it's a very big confusement to it. Because one thing about a conscious community gonna always have the words, the vocabulary, the history, all of that check. But the thing is, they still not understanding the overall, how to be a creator, how to draw the pinpoint from the very beginning. So instead of you being like, oh, let's say Chris Tucker them drove a boat. You know, that's a comedian, but still, Chris Tucker them drove a boat from here to there to there. Instead of you worried about all of that, you need to understand the spirit, the time, the energy, what made them feel like this is what should have been done. So now when we talk about future events, all those things about to happen, the true psychics are the ones that's astrologers or the ones that can tell time by that. But you can still get mixed up. It's a lot of traps and holes in the game. So when we talk about spiritual on both notes, both could get trapped. But now it's different levels of trapness. You get what I'm saying? With the conscious community, it could get to a point where no one could tell you nothing because you read this. So now logic can start to overweigh spirit. And that is the problem with that there. But in the subconscious community, you know, you have people that kind of lose themselves a little bit. But after a while, they shake back. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if they're really subconsciously there, they could find themselves. So when you be hearing people talking about, oh, I lost myself and all that, bro, all of this come back down to it. Now, when you say the conscious community, you have to remember this. Everything that you're seeing and being exposed to doesn't mean that you was meant to be exposed to it. Everyone that you run across and meet doesn't mean you was meant to meet them and stuff. So when we get deep on talking about soul ties, I'm gonna make that to another video because I see the conscious community messing that up too. They talking about soul ties and the way that they're explaining it. That is not soul ties, bro. That is you're creating some other stuff out there and to have people getting lost and being stuck with people following them for lifetimes. So we're gonna break down that on a different one. But this is just a intro to like what is going on. I'm sitting back and I'm just observing. I see everybody like on this basketball stuff. Now it's new conscious people and the main thing they talking about is basketball, but yet going right back and trying to fool people. And then another thing, hold on, let's get back to this real quick. Now, with the spiritual leaders that's coming up nowadays, one of the things you're going to have to face is they're going to be saying they was out first. So it's going to be very egotistic. I already see it, y'all. I see very egotistic conscious community people where they feel like they been doing this first. Nobody came out with these words first and all this. Bro, listen, all this stuff was created before you. It done been recycled over and over throughout life itself. So when we get deep into understanding that, overstanding that, you have to overstand instead of understanding everything. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, like when we talk about the egotistic stuff, that's going to come with the spiritual community. Also, the apologetic group too, were the ones that feel like they should give you a sob story just in order for them to be able to make it or keep going. One thing about being spiritual, we didn't say, oh, now that you become spiritual, you have to start being fake and not telling the truth about what's going on. And at the same time, we didn't say tell all your business because you already know stuff need to be done in the dark. Sometimes you got to keep a thought to yourself, even if it's just to benefit you from getting in an argument. So when we getting deep on this type of stuff, we're going to need them to make sense out of all this stuff they're saying because it don't make sense. Now I'm seeing a lot of these spiritual people talk junk about people that's working and telling them to go get a job, but then saying at the same time they donate all their money. That don't make sense, people. You ain't got a lot to kick it. Listen, if I get paid from here, if I get paid on YouTube, I deserve it. That's my talent. That's my gift. I'm reaching in to help people better themselves in life, whether they have riches or not. You feel me? So it's getting deep out here. These people done lost what spirituality is. They sitting out here acting like it's a fashion game. And it's pissing me off. I try not to get on the internet because I feel like, you know, everybody got like negative sides to their psychic abilities, right? So by me being a Virgo, I'm automatically like part of the conscious house. But from my point, I'm looking at it like, why is y'all still making people out of logic? Why is y'all still bringing quantum physics to everything? We're trying to talk about spirit. We ain't talking about what the spirit created after the fact. We talking about the beginning, not the end, bro. What is y'all talking about? So at the end of the day, we have gave power, and just because people saying they're spiritual and different outside the religion that they was taught, now they all of a sudden just get power and off to that. And then now you're going to have brotherhoods that don't make sense, sisterhoods that don't make sense. You're going to have all these people that stuck in their demonic ways back trying to rule the world, and we're going to be back with the religion junk again. And we're not going to have that this time. See, because when you play on the spiritual mind game, it gets deep. Because it don't matter if you don't understand the words of angels and demons. When you playing with blood, you playing with ghosts, and you got blood on your hand, you better know how to get it off you. You better know how to keep your hands clean. Because now this is what we finna be experiencing. So if you want to play with people, lead people the wrong way, and you know it's wrong, all of that is coming with it, man. And if I wasn't Horus, you guys, I'd be going all the way in, bro. But my throat, my Mercury down bad right now, my throat chakra, however you want to call it. See, they're not understanding Eastern, Western astrology and way people drew it out was a better way to be understood. Just like I explained to y'all the other day, how a car could be used to be talk about spirituality, how everything could be used to be talk about it. So at the end of the day, I'm showing y'all, at the end of the day, astronomy could explain that astrology is true. But that don't mean because something astrology is true, that like something that's spiritually true, that is going to happen physically. You know what I mean? Because you see that spirits is, how we say, never ending life. So don't think that physical, because if you jump off that building, my boy, you gone. And you not, it ain't no living, it ain't no, oh, you're going to be brought back, everything going to be good. No, because you live in a body that has an expiration date, that also have things that fall apart. It's just like a car. You know, you already know, man. I ain't going to get too deep into that. But we back on the road, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. If y'all got this far, smash the like button, hit sub, share the video, do whatever you got to do to get the real people back on top. The real spiritual people. Because now that this gate is opening, we're going to have a lot of shit we got to kick out of it. Like they say with the snake. Remember, the snake go all the way back to Egypt times. One thing about a snake, when it's born, it's small. It sheds its skin to continue to grow. A lot of them has just became a spirit. Just became a first form of a snake. They just learning how to play the game. You ever play the game Snake on your phone? They just ate their first little 2 tablets. You know what I mean? So, hey, some of them getting a little greedy. Feel like they know it all. Some of them feel like you can't tell them nothing. So at the end of the day, we got to keep it going. We got to keep it real. Real spirits know what's going on, man. They're going to be worried about the physical stuff so bad that they're going to be looking at people's videos and looking at people, like, looking at all the wrong things and back to where they started at. So at the end of the day, it's people like us that got to make it back on top, because we see that they're going to keep throwing this bullshit in the algorithm. They're not going to let real niggas speak. They're not going to let real spirits speak. They're going to let real reckless spirits speak. It's almost like when you go to